All right, we're dealing with a 2004 Dodge Ram today. We're doing a water pump. Now, I should have started this from the beginning, but my son talked me into doing this. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be all right. Everybody's worried about these clutch fans. They're not bad to get off. Your biggest enemy is the corrosion that happens in these threads. You get a little corrosion in there and they're just harder than hell to get off. This one's not too bad. So I already took the clutch fan off, but I got news for you. That tool that they sell, and I've owned this for a long time, and I've used it on a 6.0 Ford, and that's about it. It's trash. I hate this thing. Forget that thing. Even when you do have the right size, it's not the right size. So what I do when I do these harmonic balancers, this isn't even the right wrench. This is 1 7/16. That's what we want. Put that 1 7/16 on there. While it's in the car, serpentine belt still on the vehicle. Get yourself a pry bar and put it behind the water pump pulley. Get a good pry bar. Put it behind the water pump pulley. Pry on that water pump pulley. It doesn't matter. The new pump comes with a new pulley. Pry on that pulley. You want to go in from the driver's side of the vehicle. Come in at a 45-degree angle. I will get some light in here, guys, because I'm going to do more of these videos. Get yourself at about a 45-degree angle and pry back towards the cab to put pressure on that pulley. And then when you have your wrench on at 12 o'clock, smack the top of it. Smack it right here. Hard. Smack it 4 or 5 times. And don't be a sissy about it. Get a hammer. I'm not talking about a ball peen. Use a hammer. And smack that, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times just to break if somebody used Loctite or if it's rusted, that'll shock it enough to take care of that. Now, when you do that, you may need somebody to hold that pry bar for you, but what you need to do is take this hammer and you need to Tiger Woods that wrench and hit it. Before you do that, there's one Phillips screw on the top of this on the passenger side of the radiator right next to now everything's backwards because we're using a different camera, but on the passenger side there is a screw for the overflow tank. Take the overflow tank out so that when you smack that wrench you don't crack that overflow tank. The overflow tank isn't that hard to remove. You just take that one screw out, pop the one line off of the radiator cap housing, and boom, it's out. Now, after you do that, and you get your clutch fan out, you're going to want to take your AC out. There's only 3 sockets involved in this: 15 millimeter, 13 millimeter, and don't forget the 10 millimeter. Disconnect your battery first. Then remove the 2 bolts holding the AC on and only pry from the dowel pin. There's a dowel pin on the AC right there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's right there. That dowel pin. Pry on the dowel pin only. Don't pry on the body of the AC compressor. There is a seal back here, and you can make that thing leak pretty bad. The hoses are flexible, so you can set it up on top of the engine. Same with the alternator. Take the mounting bolts, 2 mounting bolts out of it, pry it up, and put it on top of the engine as well. Take your tensioner off, and take your 1 idler pulley off. The lower pulley, take it off. That'll give you access to all the bolts. The one bolt that won't come out all the way is the lower one. it hits the crank pulley, but you can thread it out all the way, and then it comes out with the water pump. Just make sure that you put that bolt back in it before you put the pump in. Make sure the lower bolt is in the pump. One other thing that I like to do, and I see whoever did this pump last did it, they used a little bit of RTV. Now that's a rubber gasket, and most guys don't use RTV with a rubber gasket, but I like to put a thin layer there just in case it needs to hold it in place. It helps get a better seal, and I use the right stuff, black, and it works pretty good. This is my first time ever doing this. I mean, we've done a couple other little stupid videos in the past just having fun, but this is my first time. If you guys need any information on any particular vehicle, go ahead and reach out to me. I am a certified auto repairer, and this is just my home shop. We're doing a mobile service now. I had a really big, nice shop, and it's gone now, so it's just too much. I was losing too much weight and too much stress and not enough time with the family. So this water pump's an easy one to do, guys. It's not rocket science. After you get it all done, you'll just bleed the system for any air in it. You know, turn your defroster on high, full blast, and just leave the cap off and let it purge any air out of the system, and then you'll be good to go. One thing I want you to think about and be real diligent when you take that clutch fan off, make sure you have a hold of it. Don't drop it, because the inside of that radiator will get chewed up pretty bad. You don't want to do that, because when it falls, it lands right on your radiator. I didn't do that, of course, thank God, but I have in the past, and I've learned the hard way to be real careful about that. So make sure you have two hands available. Somebody might have to help you, because you may have to thread that thing off with that wrench the whole way, like I did. So anyway, the other thing that we're dealing with today is a U-joint on this. The front drive axle actually blew up, the double cardan joint, and it broke the transfer case. So this is the yoke, the front yoke, and it really got screwed up. This is the ball. So there's a spring that goes in there, and it actually goes in the other piece, but this ball is supposed to be in here, and yeah. So the other part, get this over here where you guys can see it. The other part of this is this nipple. This is where the spring goes, and being a double cardan, you know, the cage then goes on. Your double cardan cage then goes on here. So this ball is supposed to actually spring, and then the ball. Well, that's not going to work. There's quite a lip on that, so we've got a new one coming. I can't do anything with that. So that's junk now. That's $200 for a used one. We're proud of that. So yeah, like I say, if there's anything you need, I've got the computer system here, and I didn't need it for the Dodge, and this is all backwards, but I mean, this is all the information. I've got years of information in here, from anything from 82 on up. Just give me a holler if you need any information. Give me a like and a share. This is a new thing for me, so have a good day.